from Brooklyn. We here. We in the building, man.
We are back in the building. We are
Back in
back
the
in the
building.
building.
I'm glad I'm back in the building because it's brick outside. Ooh,
It is,
man.
let me tell you how brick it is. It is so brick that I didn't go downstairs and get my sign because it's too cold to go outside. So I'm upstairs and so I'm just gonna have to tell you it's Clay from Brooklyn football to fellas because I don't have my sign because my sign is downstairs and I ain't going outside to get it.
And with that, it's your man Mazel here. And I got my sign. It's all
There you
about
go.
big blue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. We're coming up. How many games are left?
3 games left. We're winding down. We're winding down this painful season.
It's been
14
pretty
in the
painful.
books and 3 to go, and we have 2 wins. That's not good. That's
No,
not good.
no. Our expectations was a whole lot better than the 2 wins.
Absolutely. Well, I didn't think we were going to the playoffs or anything, but I thought we'd have a whole lot more than 2 wins. And in fairness, we will probably get at least one more because that's what we do.
Right.
But I did think we were going to be looking at like 5 or 6, maybe 7, and here we are looking at 2, maybe 3.
Right. So let me ask you. Okay, right now, just to bring everyone up to date. Right now, we're still in first as far as getting a draft pick.
We're in first place in the draft. Yes,
Okay,
we are
first
winning
place.
the draft. Yes.
Okay.
If the draft was today, we would have the first overall pick. Uh, there are 3 teams,
Okay.
us and 2 other teams, that have 2 wins. Las Vegas would have the second overall pick if the draft was today. They're also 2-12.
Okay.
And Tennessee would have the third overall pick. They're also 2-12. So record-wise, we are tied with Vegas and Tennessee, but because of the strength of schedule, we would have the first overall pick. And the good news is, even though we've had the hardest schedule in like the last 20 years, the remaining part of our schedule is actually one of the easiest in the league. Like all the hard games pretty much are over. So from this point forward, our strength of schedule is going to get lower. So I say that to say that if we wind up with the same record, if we all lose out,
Right.
we lose, Vegas loses, and Tennessee loses, we will still have the first overall record because their strength of schedule will still be higher than ours.
But you got to figure if you but 2-12,
2-12.
there are no like easy games when you're 2-12. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. But relative to
relative, right?
teams are
Okay.
playing, those teams' records are bad. So assuming we lose to them, our strength of schedule will get lower, not higher, which means
Okay.
that we're further entrenched in the first overall pick than these other teams. There are, by the way, 3 teams with 3 wins. Cleveland, the Jets, and Arizona all have 3 wins. So even if we win one more game, we would be, there are 6 teams with 2 or 3 wins.
Okay.
So I would say, that's why I said last time, I think we would be at worst the 6th overall pick and almost certainly not that low. So I think the top 3 or 4 is a pretty good lock. For example, let's just take a quick look at who other teams have left to play that have bad records. The Jets have the Patriots, the Bills, and the Saints. The Patriots and the Bills are still battling out for first place. So
Right.
it would seem reasonable that they will lose those 2 games.
They're gonna give it to the Jets.
But those are 2 teams with good winning records, right? So their strength of schedule gets harder. So even if we tie with them, we would pick before them because their strength of schedule is getting harder, not lower.
Okay.
Cleveland has Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati.
Ooh.
They probably are going to lose to Buffalo and Pittsburgh, but they, could conceivably beat Cincinnati. But again, those are 2 teams, Buffalo and Pittsburgh, with winning records. Hurts their strength of schedule relative to us.
Okay. Good.
Tennessee plays Jacksonville, but then they play the Saints and the Chiefs. The Chiefs without Mahomes.
That's a totally different ball game there.
Different ball game.
Totally different ball game.
I mean, the Chiefs, even with Mahomes, are having a bad year
Right.
for them. So without Mahomes, you can only imagine. So it is very possible that Tennessee wins at least one of those 2 games between the Saints and the Chiefs. I don't expect them to beat the Jaguars this year. Jaguars looking pretty good this year. But they could easily beat either the Saints or the Chiefs. And again, that would that would make up for the win we might have coming and still keep us ahead of them.
I'm telling you, we got one.
Uh,
We
yeah,
know that.
Arizona is another team with 3 wins. They have the Rams, the Bengals, and the Falcons. So again, they're probably going to lose to the Rams, but they could beat the Bengals and or the Falcons. They could, who knows? But I'm
Right,
saying those
right.
aren't games that they will be like 2 touchdown underdogs in at all. They have a reasonable shot at those 2 games. And then there's Vegas, who has us and the Chiefs. And again, this is the Chiefs without Mahomes. So they also have the Texans. They're going to lose to the Texans,
Oh
but
yeah.
they could beat the Chiefs. They can beat the Chiefs. So that's basically who we're up against. And the Saints have 3 easy games left. The Saints have Tennessee, the Jets, and the Falcons.
Ooh,
And the Saints have been playing pretty well lately. So
right.
I do expect the Saints to win at least one of those games. And they already have 4 wins anyway. So I can't see us getting to 4 wins. So even if they don't win another game, it's hard for me to believe that the Saints will be picking before us. So that's the rundown of basically
Okay.
who we're competing with for the top pick, top couple of picks, whatever. And I think that we have a very good chance at no worse than third, probably first or second.
And we know what the strategy on that would be. Trade down, trade down, trade down. Because there is not,
Absolutely.
maybe it's me. And we didn't even talk about this in our pregame discussion here. I wasn't really, and this is like kind of off topic a little bit, but I didn't go crazy about the Heisman Trophy this year.
No.
I wasn't like, oh, who's going to be, and it was a runaway for one guy, right? And thank God
Yeah.
we don't need a
Mendoza.
quarterback anymore. But
Fernando Mendoza, right.
right, but he doesn't blow me away. I mean, he doesn't. I think he'll be pretty good.
And you've been watching a lot of the content creators and even some of the ESPN hosts saying that the Giants should trade Jackson Dart and pick him. Is that where you're going with that?
Yeah, yeah, right. I was going to ask, yeah, what,
I can't
what?
even believe that's a conversation that needs to be had. That's out of the question.
I'm glad you heard it because I thought that I was hearing things, and there's more than one, content creators talking about this.
And I mean, first of all, Mendoza's numbers weren't nearly as good. Somebody did a post showing how the last, I think, 4 Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks had way more production than
Right,
Mendoza had, right? But second of all, Dart has now done it. Like we see it. We see
right,
Dart in the league. Mendoza hasn't been in the league yet.
right,
Why would
right,
I give up a guy who gave me 1 year of high promise to possibly get somebody else who we don't know yet if he's going to be? I mean, a year ago, we were worried about Dart.
right, right. Exactly,
That's
exactly.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
So
I
okay,
the
good.
only way I would even think about that, and honestly, I wouldn't think about it, but the only way I would think about that is if somebody came in like really, really blew us away. Like if the Jets said, okay, we got 2 firsts this year and 3 firsts next year. We will give you uh, you know, 2 firsts this year, 2 firsts next year, and like an inside linebacker or something, for Jackson Dart.
Right, right. Just that.
And we keep our first overall pick. And then we're like, okay, fine, I'll take Mendoza and all of that
Right.
instead. But it would take, something ridiculous like that.
Okay.
And
All
I
right.
don't see any team. Well, I take that back. I'm sure there's teams who would love to have Jackson Dart, but I
Oh
don't
yeah.
think they're going to give up that kind of haul for him, especially a team like the Jets, who is not a quarterback away from contention. Like
No, no.
they are a quarterback away from contention. Don't get me wrong, but they're not a quarterback away from the Super Bowl. Like it's not like that defense is pitching shutouts and they're losing games, 7-6 or something like that.
Not like us giving up
No,
all these points. We got to score like crazy just to stay close.
and we do. So
Right.
let's keep our quarterback. And we do even without Scatterboo and without Neighbors. So, Dart ain't going nowhere. I'm not even having that conversation.
Okay, good. I was gonna, yeah, that's why I know I went a kind of round about way, but I was like,
But I will say this. You see how well Matthew Stafford is playing this year.
right,
He's like an odds-on favorite for MVP. Lights out. A year ago, I'm just looking it up now. The Giants offered the Rams, allegedly, like, they didn't publish this, but this is what the rumor is. Um, our second round pick last year, which was 34th overall, and we're going to give Matthew Stafford a huge, new salary. What do you think our record would be this year if we had Matthew Stafford?
It might be the same as it
It
is
might
right
be the same. I mean,
it is right now.
how much, how many more games did we think we would have won with a slightly better production? Because if you look at that stat they posted last week for the game, Jackson Dart is third in the NFL in touchdowns per game for a quarterback. Now
Wow.
Stafford is first.
Right.
I think it was Goff that was second. I forget who was second, but I think it was Goff. But Dart is third, meaning that it ain't the quarterback.
Right. That's not the quarterback at all.
If we have the third most productive quarterback in the league, that's not why we're losing. So if we had the first most productive quarterback, okay, maybe we'd have 3 wins, maybe 4, but we wouldn't have 9.
No, no,
I mean,
no.
so so when you look at giving up a quarterback and trying to get back, all of these moves seem to miss, I think, who we really are. We thought we had a top 5 defense last year.
Right.
We have a bottom 5 defense.
Right. We do. We do.
That's where the help needs to go. That's what we need to be doing, in my opinion. Anyway, that's a lot of talk about stuff that we didn't really think we were going to be talking about today,
Right.
but
I'm
it
sorry.
always comes up. Always comes up. Real quick, let me just say that the injury report, the people who are listed as out for this game are Kayvon Thibodeau, Rakeem Nunez-Roches, Bo Collins, and Evan Neal, but they weren't, they don't play anyway. But those are our 2 main players that are out, Kayvon and Roches. Now, again, Kayvon has missed, I think, either 5 or 6 games in a row now. And then there was a bye week in there too. So he's missed like a month and a half, almost 2 months. But of course, we didn't put him on IR because our GM is terrible. I mean, that was a roster spot that we could have been using for the last month and a half, but no. And questionable are Josh Ezeudu, who just got off of IR, and Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles, who's like, special teams guy slash backup inside linebacker.
Right.
Um, and Art Green, who's a special teams guy, backup cornerback. So, the only 2 that are major are Kayvon and Roches for us. Their left tackle, Christian Darrisaw, who's hurt all the time, is out again, as is their defensive tackle, Javon Hargrave, who's a good player. So that's 2 people that they will definitely miss. And their right tackle, Brian O'Neill, is questionable. So it's very possible that we would be playing against backups at both tackle positions. Although there have been other games where that's happened and we haven't, fully taken advantage of it. So who knows? But, if they're going to miss some games, I'd rather they be against us. So
Right.
thank you.
And we are playing, this game is being played.
We're home. We're home.
Oh, okay. So
And
we'll be outside.
from what I read, the weather is going to be, it's December, but it's not going to be crazy.
Okay. All right.
Now, this team, as I said last episode, this team can score. Now, they also can not score. They're 6-8. They're not, 11-2. They're 6-8. But they've dropped, 30s and 40s on some teams. So,
Right.
And our team seems to not be able to stop anybody. So now we're getting to that point. So as the realist, I'm going to say I do not have high expectations for us to win this game. But you're the optimist. What do you think about it?
I do. I do. I feel this. I really feel this is going to be one of those upset games. And it's going to be one that they're playing outside too. And I think that since Minnesota plays indoors, um, you're gonna laugh at the score.
Okay.
27-24 Giants.
Okay. Listen, I'm not
27-24.
going to laugh at it. I'll just say I would love for that to be the case. Would love it.
Just
I
it's because
just
it's one of those games like the ones we're not supposed to win. All of a sudden, we look like we're ready to go to Super Bowl.
like the 2 games we have won this year, right? We
Right.
beat the Chargers and we beat the Eagles. The Chargers were 3-0 at the time, and the Eagles were, defending Super Bowl champions.
Right.
Nobody expected us to win either of those games. So you're right. It is, and we should have beat Denver, who's also they're I think the one seed in the AFC. Yes, we can beat Minnesota.
But
As a realist,
I'm about to say, as a realist,
I'm going to say that I do not expect us to beat Minnesota. Um, there's a couple of things that I'm really curious about. I'm curious to see if Abdul Carter can put together, a second good game in a row. He had a really productive game last week, and a lot of the other kind of stats he's put up all year were not productive in my opinion. It was pressures, but no sacks, no tackles for loss. But he had a lot of that, and a strip sack and two fumbles. So caused two fumbles. So I'm looking to see what we can get out of him, especially if at least one and maybe both of their starting tackles
right?
are out.
Yeah, yeah.
So Burns and Carter could take over this game, and you're right, we could win this game, and it could be largely because of that. Um, but again, I don't see it. We can't stop the run. We can't cover anybody on the back end. So if we don't get to the quarterback,
I guess I'm just looking at I keep looking at the offense. That's all.
if we don't get to the quarterback, and they have this receiver, I can't remember his name. What was his name again? Oh, yes, Justin Jefferson. Yes, you may have heard of him.
Yes,
Not a
probably one of
bad
the best
player.
receivers in the league, right?
Not a bad player. And if we have, you know, Tay Banks covering him, I'm not even going to put that on him. But Cordell Flott and Paulson Adebo, do you think they're going to be able to shut down Jefferson if he's got 4 seconds to throw? No,
No.
no, I don't see that. So I'm going to go the other way and say I think that Minnesota is going to win this game. I do think we can score because even with the injuries we've suffered, I think that Jackson Dart is a good quarterback. So I think it's going to be a similar score to what you said. I just don't think we're going to be on the top of it. So I think we're going to lose this game 31-23.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
31-23 is my prediction. The
Wow.
other thing I'm really curious about is who will be our kicker. My
Yes.
reasoning is Ben Sauls. I have not heard anyone announce that yet, but that's what I'm anticipating, and I'm hoping he has a really good game. And one of the reasons I picked 23 because I'm hoping he has 3 field goals. I hope we have 2 touchdowns and 3 field goals, and Ben Sauls knocks him in from 40s and 50s, and it looks like maybe we should have brought him up a long time ago. So
Okay. All right.
those are my predictions, and those are my wish list. I
That's going. That's those are. That's being an optimist. I will say your prediction is not bad. It's not bad. After you reminded me of Justin Jefferson being on the other side, and then who he'll be going up against.
right,
If
right.
given time, he might be dancing in the end zone a lot.
We might see a little gritty. We might see a little.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He might have a Soul Train line. That's how bad it'll get. Oh boy.
Exactly. Yeah, no, yeah, they could easily drop more than that on us. So I think I'm being conservative and reasonable and realistic. So that's what we think. But what do y'all think? Please let us know. Grab the like button, share, subscribe, comment. Let
Put
us
that
know.
down in the comment. Let us know what you think of the score. I know you all are shaking your head at me right now, going, "What is wrong with this guy right here?" There's a difference between the optimist and being out of your mind, but
No, no, no.
I
You
just, I
know
just,
how
you
we
know, the
are.
Giants, they have a thing about when you least expect them to
Season
win a
win.
game, they bring their A plus game, not A game, but A plus game. But we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right. So again, sorry, I don't have my sign, but it's Clay from Brooklyn. Football with the fellas. And who am I here with?
It's your man Mazo. It's all about Big Blue. Hey, again, we appreciate you supporting our channel and supporting the Giants. Go Big Blue.
You
Until
know
next
it.
time,
Peace.
please, peace. Big shout out to El Marquis Productions, the talent behind the music and production here at Football with the Fellas. It's all about Big Blue. Their beats bring energy and excitement to every episode. El Marquis' skills in mixing, mastering, and creating top quality sound make the podcast come alive each week. For your own projects, check out elmarquisproductions.com and take your sound to the next level.